Okay. Microphone is good. Everything is on. Alright. Hello everybody, and welcome to AER Memories of Old. I apologize, and I must take a moment to apologize, because last week I streamed Kona, and I also streamed a little bit of Death Stranding a week or so ago. I'm going to apologize, because as much as I would like to continue those games, I had a bit of a spike in my heart problems. Thankfully not too dangerous of one, and thankfully also one that did not require me to go to the hospital again, but one that does require me to kind of stay away from what I would consider more higher stress games for a little bit. So I will be playing stuff either that I know very, very well and shouldn't cause me all that much stress, or games that are just simply plain lighter in tone, because I can't do that right now until I go to a cardiology appointment. So I would like to apologize for having gotten halfway through Kona, of stopping it kind of in the middle, and of, as much as I do want to continue Death Stranding, essentially having to leave it off at the one episode where it is. So I will attempt to come back to both of those later, but not until after I figure out what the hell is going on, and can be assured that at least I can probably keep my pulse and stuff down. So I do want to apologize for that with regards to the streaming. If you're on YouTube, that means I essentially have some of them from the stream already split up and like edited, and I would have posted them. But because I'm not going to be continuing them right away, I'm going to just go ahead and say they're on hold for right now. Although Death Stranding episode 1 has probably come up already. Part 1 has already come up already, so unfortunately that's just going to be at a standstill for I don't know how long. Hopefully not too long, and I'll be able to kind of adjust myself shortly and figure out what the hell is going on. But anyways, AER Memories of Old is a interesting action platformer. It is mostly action in its overworld, but then contains dungeons that are mostly what I would consider platforming. It's also notably absent of enemies and most fatal things. That being said, it's a fucking gorgeous game, and amazing in how you get to actually experience it. I'm going to leave how you actually explore the game world for when we actually get into it. Also, I should be noting, you'll notice there's no part 1 on the streaming thing if you're on Twitch. That's because I think I can do this all in one setting. It's not a very long game. Let's do a new game. I've played this, I think, twice now. It's really fairly simple. It's not a huge game. Its world is pretty big, but... Whoop. Och, listen, I know you are eager to explore, but the pilgrimage is important to the people of the sky. As you know, in the early days before the Great Divide, the lands were very different from now. Instead of islands in the sky, the lands were one, and the ancients inhabited the world. They built great structures, among them 3 temples here in the land of gods. Your journey will lead you to all 3 of them. But something changed. The ancients somehow caused the Great Divide, scattered the lands, and left us with islands in the sky. The priestess Kara prayed by the lighthouse, found answers that helped our people survive the Great Cataclysm. The first stop for every pilgrim is to visit Kara's shrine. So go on, Enoch. I will wait for you outside. Okay, that's a lot louder once I actually get into it. I'm going to turn my TV down here. And so we have Hawk, who is one of the people of the sky. The game is very simple. It really does not have a lot of buttons to press. There's literally a move, an interact, and a jump button. That's it. So we'll move around, we'll interact with stuff, we'll have a jump button. That's basically it. It's very simple. You also can come across occasionally plaques here that will give you more backstory. The Tablet of Warren is really Warren, a part of the text of Unreasonable. But what is unreadable? But we have, in the land of gods there were 3, in 3 houses, slumbering in the eternal skies. There's not too much on those tablets, but they do come up every once in a while. And this is what I mean by the platforming. We will be given interesting layouts, and we just make our way through them. Usually by jumping. Sometimes we might have to activate a puzzle or two, but none of the puzzles are too particularly difficult either. It's mostly an environmental and a storytelling thing. It's not really a action or heavy, shall we say, game. The memory of light in our heart, shining with the name of Kara. Her lantern guided and protected us when the world shattered and we became the people of the sky. And we are in, again, as the intro stated, the House of Kara. And you only have one jump. It's not a huge jump. We'll get more stuff later. And we have an interesting little statue here. I initially thought this was a squirrel. It's actually more a fox. We will be seeing him later. Because as environmental as it does also have fairly decent blocks of text. Ock does not speak. We will only be talking to people. There's another tablet. Enter the Hall of Memory, where sleeps the light of Kara. It never went out while she was alive. Ask, and maybe it will shine forth to answer you. So we can go over here. And you'll notice all these symbols around. We will be able to do something with these symbols in just a minute, though I don't think we can actually use any of these. But for right now, let us approach. It reminds me, the visual aesthetic reminds me of, like, Journey. Just in more of a free form and not so much a level base. But the light shines. What might this mean? Well, what in the hell is this? That can't be good. And considering it's out here, oh hey, look at this. Yep, every one of those things is a body. I do not believe we will get hurt at all, but we do need to get out of here pretty quick. Well, we can't go that way. Well, this way is still reasonably open. Pretty sure we can go into the water. Yep, it's only up to our feet. I hope these lanterns will burn long enough to guide the young pilgrim. So yes, every once in a while you can approach one of those and they will have a little bit of commentary. Mostly backstory. None of them will be hints of any sort. Some of them will be hints, but not too many of them. I see light. I see daylight. And this game does have some decently long loading times, so I do apologize. Thankfully, we won't be seeing too many of them. Only upon entering and leaving certain places. Otherwise, there are very long stretches that are nice and open and fairly big, and you don't have to load like every 5 steps. Considering what exactly you can do in this world, I consider that justified. Also, it should be noted, that is a compass up there. I initially thought I had entered an area named Inni. I was dumb and was like, wait, is that an area subtitle? It looks like Inni. No, it's not. It's a compass.
Oak, you made it out okay? Thank the gods you're alright. What happened in there? I thought the worst when the cave collapsed. Is that the lantern? Strange. Lantern is an ancient artifact called Kara's Light. Somehow it shines for you. It's the first time in generations. To keep it safe for now, I'll stay here to investigate the shrine. Meanwhile, you should continue your pilgrimage. There's a village over by the lighthouse. Just follow the kites to get there. Talk to Dana when you arrive. She will tell you where to go next.
So now you'll notice when jumping, transform. And we also have a map. We're in the settlement. And the map will gradually expand as we find new areas. It'll give us a general layout of the islands and the sky. Oh, and if I press, whoops, that's start. If I press triangle, you'll also notice there are two little faded gray squares off to the side. We'll get to those later. Those are important item areas, and something will come up later when we actually have something important. But now you'll see that when jumping, transform. And so leads to one of my favorite parts of the game. So yep, we could turn into a bird. And you'll notice the square button to flap. Yep. Most overworld exploration is freeform flying. And it is awesome. I want to see this because I don't think I've ever explored this before. There's not much to explore, it seems. Now, there's something I do want to test because I've never actually tried it before. What happens if I jump off? Okay. It is essentially a death if we fall too far down, but it gives you so long to do it. And really, most of the time, if you get the hang of the flying mechanic, you're going to be up here anyways. So no big deal. Also, the flying music is gorgeous. It only plays when you're flying, but yeah. So like, it's not like when you're wandering around on the ground, you won't hear this overworld music. But yes. It's amazing. I love that. And it's one of the better, like, flying mechanics in a game, honestly. It's really simple. And this, yes, it does have a bank left or right, but I hardly ever use them. Oh, yeah. There's also free look camera, which is... If I redo this and start panning around like that... If I click the R button, I can kind of free fly. My God, I could not get that out for a moment, like a tongue twister. But then I can always reset it if I need to. Whee! Let's go ahead and talk to the people down here. I'm not going. This is Dana, by the way, but I'm going to talk to the other people first. So first of all, let's talk to the little girl. Come on, there we go. Ock, that's your name, right? Right? What happened? Did you see any ghosts? Or spirit animals? Treasures? Secrets? I want to explore too. It's so unfair that I'm stuck on this island. Sometimes I go on adventures with my parents, but it's still adventures. We once went to a super awesome place. It's up north, and it's kind of snowy. With this huge statue. It's kind of broken, but it's still cool. And my name is Aaron, so you know. So yes, we have Aaron. And now let's talk to the gentleman over here.
Yo.
Hello, Hawk, and welcome. What was that noise we heard? What? You made it out okay? I'm John, by the way. Dana and I take care of the lighthouse here on this island. We try to make sure nothing weird happens in the land of gods. Not an easy job, considering all the strange old ruins and wonders here. I haven't had much time to visit them since Aaron was born, but I don't mind. I think she longs for adventure, which makes her father proud. If you have the time, I would recommend you go to the Windsong Falls. When the world was whole, a water spirit combed her hair at the stream there. Beautiful hair at that. The wind sang to make her hair flow down until it mixed with the clouds. Thus the rainbow was born. Not that I've ever seen one there myself, but it is a nice story. Anyway, you can find the place just north of here. Continue beyond the clouds. We'll want to keep that in mind for later. We will be activating most of the areas, and we'll need to see most of the areas at some point. Also, sheep! Let me go to an area over here real quick, because there is something else we can find if I can find a baby sheep. So yes, animals will roam. You can't do anything to them, but if we can find a baby, whose really only distinction is being smaller than the rest of these, something adorable happens. But I'm not seeing a babby. Is this babby? Nope, that is adult. The sheep do not like me, and it's understandable because I can transform into a hawk at any moment. I cannot do anything to the sheep, though, even when I'm in hawk form. Maybe later. What are you doing all the way over here? Anywho. Let's talk to Dana. Oh, you're alright, Hawk? It was Hawk, right? We heard rumblings from Kara's shrine. I'm so glad you made it out. My name is Dana, and welcome. It was a long time ago we had a pilgrim here. Your mentor, Medvin, was actually the last one before you. Medvin was the old guy at the exit of the cave. My parents helped him back then. Now I, John, and our daughter Erin will help you. If you ever feel lost, just return here and talk to us. We are here to guide you, after all. Every pilgrim's journey requires a visit to 3 temples in the Land of Gods. Kara sealed them a long time ago, right after the Great Divide. There's a sigil in the ground close to each temple. That's where we gather to pay respects to the spirits, so you should go there. So you too should go there. Sacred words are revealed to those who approach with an open mind. The Eventide Sanctuary is closest, and you will find it northwest of here. So we have our marching orders. Eventide Shrine to the northwest. The map is invaluable. I will be referring to it very frequently. So I want to go off in this direction. This is approximately to the northwest. And we should get a thing saying Eventide Sanctuary or some other similar noise. Rather soon here. There's a whole lot of stuff that you can find. Oh, it's Twilight Lake. That's what it is. But yes, now that we've discovered Twilight Lake, the whole thing is now filled in. There's a whole lot you can explore here, but I'm basically going to take the short route, which is just... Ooh! This is a nice landing. Usually I land in the water here. So now, let me actually show you the lantern again to just demonstrate this. So you'll notice we have these symbols just kind of floating in midair. Well, if we bring up the lantern, they cause human shapes to appear. Notably with bones in them, so I don't know why. They're not just translucent spirits, they actually have like a bone structure. There's some interesting stuff we can find around here, and there's a lot of environmental backstory as regards to the way the land works and what happened in the past. So here's the, here seems like a good place for a sanctuary. There seems to be a big, huge stone circle here. But there's nothing to it. So let's read this. Hope for our people was restored by the wisdom of her words and the refuge she gave us. The spirit animals helped her hide the way in, behind falling waves marked by the sun and moon in close northeast. Close northeast? Well, there's a place where we've heard about over there. Whoop. I hit the thing again when I was still on it. Well, we've heard about a place to the close northeast. It actually happens to be that Windsong Falls that John mentioned. And to make it even more obvious, you can see the pillars of light. Let's head over to Windsong Falls, which is now open on our map. And we'll start by right here. So I do not have the lantern out. And you'll notice this thing is glowy, but they can't do anything with it. Well, if I bring the lantern out, it activates. I can only use this stuff once the lantern is out. And we've activated the sun. Well, the plaque said that there would be sun and moon, so I'm going to assume that's what this little pillar of light is over here. This game is gorgeous, and there's a lot more areas after this. I love this game. It's simple, but it's so well done in its execution. Now, there's a lot of hidden shit that you can see around here, but if I was to go searching for that, it would take ages. And, for the most part, since they're really only achievement-based, it does nothing to add to the game. It does not... Whoa, get back up there. It doesn't add all that much to the game. Like, there's nothing I need to actually look at. I will not get any more backstory, really. Aside from, like, miscellaneous stuff. And this is perfectly fine. Oh, yes, and each... Where'd you go? Yeah, there's storks over here. You can go right on up to him. And say hi. Oh, hello, stork. There you are. Totally peaceful game. Really, honestly, besides that one rockfall in the game, nothing else really violent happens. And if we head up here, the sun and moon is lit, the waterfall has parted to reveal an entryway into the mountain. Again, we must deal with the loading. So, essentially what happens is every one of the dungeons that we will see will have a key that we need to activate before we can open it. For the most part, these keys are relatively easy to find. Generally what happens is Dana will tell you where the actual temple is, and John will tell you where the key is. Erin just provides some miscellaneous commentary, so I don't know why she was included in Dana's helping. But yeah, so we have now discovered the vault. And again, we now have a very simple puzzle. Essentially, the rule of thumb is you want to keep your lantern out. There's no real reason to turn off the lantern if you are inside a place. We can power this up. And it was the sun and moon. So let's bring the symbol of the sun over here. And then the moon had 3 spikes. And there we go. Easy peasy. This is the first one. They do get a little tiny bit harder, but really, honestly, not by much. Let's go and take our key. Which gets absorbed into the lantern. You can almost say the lantern functions a little bit like our bag. Oh, and if I bring up the map, you'll notice the vault does not have its own map. Indoor places do not. But we can still check our status off to the right, and our key has been added into one of the frames. So now let's head back out. I have played through this twice already, so yes, I should be able to do most of these relatively quickly. There may be one or two I get myself stumped on, just because that's the nature of the puzzle, but that's... Hello? There's a two-tailed fox here, and he seems friendly enough. Hello, little wanderer, you took your time. Were you perhaps led astray, or just followed by the slow one? I think his name is Medvin. Slow as few shifters I have met, but sharp, intelligent. Do you know what it is you found? You hold both light and key to lead you into twilight. Both dusk and dawn, I believe. Southwest of here there is a temple, a silhouette of a setting sun. You will find more answers there. Go now, bird faster than Medvin. Secrets await you in the deep,
Seek counsel from the ones who slumber. Well, this fellow right here is a spirit animal. We'll find 3 that we can talk to, and we can also find 3 of their statues around the world. That is done for an achievement. But I will say, the sheer amount of islands on this world, and the sheer amount of hidden shit, is what can make this game go for a rather decent length of time. Again, I will not. I will be taking the short path. This is one of the games I am not concerned with 100% completion. I just wanted to show it off. That's why I think I can finish it in about 3 hours or so. Now, there's a couple of interesting little sites I will be stopping and showing off on the way, if only because I think they're really neat, but these first couple of areas, our key and our other thing are basically in the same area. Are basically the only things in their areas to see, I should say. So now we can go ahead and flap our way back over here. In addition to keeping you airborne, and aloft, the flap also makes you travel a little faster. You can coast. But for the most part, flapping is the way to go if you want to go somewhere. And you'll now also see, now that we have the Twilight Key, a little pedestal is open up here. Is lit up. And we can open the temple. And by showing our lantern, we are able to show the key. And the door is open. So let's head down in. No, we cannot jump over the sides. I have tried that before. And considering the door is right here, it's probably better you don't. So we are now onto the first temple. Well, no, yeah, Karos was short enough, it doesn't really count. So this is our first official one. As soon as the game decides it wants to load it. There we go. Eventide Sanctuary. We have one to comment here. We made it! We will be safe here. So most of these are people who were trying to escape that Great Divide thing. Excuse me. So we'll see a lot of commentary like that, just kind of sprinkled around. And you can kind of see their actions as they climb up various objects and pillars and stuff. And let's kind of follow their lead for a little bit. And we have another tablet. Twilight Guardian opened her eyes at the light of sun and moon shining together. She sat down and calmly took in both her sky hands, bringing balance to light and shadow. With her right hand, she releases the sun to let her people back from the dream. With her left, she flings the moon into the night sky so that people may dream it all. She is the heartbeat of the seasons, the center of the world, the breath of life and order. And so this is apparently our Twilight God. Or goddess, as it seems. It's kind of amusing, because I believe we seem to always view gods as being somewhat human-looking. I'm going to admit right now that when we see an actual god, they're going to be kind of eldritch. And they're going to look a little weird. But on the whole, they're quite pleasant beings. I believe this one we can read too. Yep. Man has paws that cannot run, but chases longingly the sun.
kind of game is this? Doesn't look creepy at all. It's not. It's actually very, very light. This is just an action platformer to a certain extent. It's mostly environmental storytelling things, but yeah. Man has paws that cannot run, but chases longingly the sun. Man has wings that cannot fly, but he will always seek the sky. Man has eyes that cannot see, but watch eternity. Man is lost unknowingly in danger, to his own mind always a stranger. Kind of pessimistic, I think. So if we go up here, we notice that we have a bridge that cannot be crossed. And we also have a couple of scrolls. Let us read part 1. I am Kara of the Thunder Islands. I had a strange dream I record here so that others may perhaps understand its meaning as I did. I had come to study the holy carvings in the lighthouse in the land of gods, trying to understand our heritage. As I reached out to touch some of the runes, it suddenly felt as if a warm hand passed over my eyes, and I fell asleep on the sacred stone. In my dream, it seemed to me that the stone beneath me glowed from within, forming a staircase up into the starry sky. Far away on these steps, a golden light grew and drew close. Stars flew from the sky and became someone who had the shape of music and was gentle and sad. So this statue seems to be a depiction of Kara sleeping on the stone. But her warm hand and a warm liquid. The god spoke to me not in words, but in memories and feelings. He warned me of a terrible greed from beyond, a void in the hearts of men. As he showed it to me, I felt it stir and come between us, darkening the golden steps like a storm cloud, cold as eternity. Terrified, I cried out at the pull of this dark void, and I woke. I could not speak for 3 days, but I set out to the ancient temples immediately. If what I have seen is true, the gods are alive, and they need our help, as we need theirs. Well, that doesn't seem very good. Perhaps the point of the pilgrimage is to find out what the hell is going on. And so we have another little... I should actually show what the puzzle is, because really, honestly, the actual depiction of the puzzle is... well, it's not much. Again, this game is not really puzzle-y. It's more just... explore, find, touch. So we have a door here that seems to have 4 little pillars here. If we use this... actually, it's 5. There's one above the door. One of them lights up. So we just simply gotta touch all those little pedestal things. There's another one over here. Oh, and there's another note. You cannot fly when you are inside a dungeon. Which is fine, because then most of the platforming aspect would be removed, and there would be a very, very cheaty way to get through the game. Let's head over here. I'm going to leave that one down there for last. If only because I think it's a little bit difficult to get back up where I should have gotten it first. Let's grab this one. It's the one above the door, apparently. And you can activate these in any order. It doesn't particularly matter. I do believe it is easier to go hit. There we go. And then if we go up this way. Most of the challenge in these dungeons seems to be from figuring out where you're supposed to go. Admittedly, it also does make the puzzles a little tiny bit Zelda-esque, just without the actual, like, I have 500 objects, which one do I need to use? And with all 5 lights, the door opens. Actually, that's another one of the aesthetic kind of reminds me of Wind Waker. Very visually reminiscent of Wind Waker to me. So now with all 5 lights, the door is open. We can come over here. And use this. And so we have lit up this moon side. Well, as with before, time to go light up the sun side. The sun side is a little bit more difficult to see, initially. The sun side is also quite a bit longer. Also, note that these people seem to be dancing, and this one even has a guitar and mandolin in his hand. And they're just neat little things like that. Now let's head over here. There's a way to get up here. There we are. I believe these stay up. It's not like they're... Yep. Trust fall exercises. Ancient pillar style. There we go. They are not timed at all. They are simply activated as you approach. There's a thing over here we can activate. Let's go ahead. And we enter a very large room. Oh! This just brings us back to the entryway. That's not where we need to go right now. What we need to do is go back up these stairs. A little bit of jumping to get across some gaps. And over here. Again, not terribly dangerous. As a matter of fact, if we fall from this height onto the floor below, not a dang thing will happen. Whoop! I thought I was going to fall off there for a second. Which is time consuming, but again, no big deal. So we now have a portrait of the moon here. There's another thing we can see over here. This side is part 1. When the world was still new and the Creator had drawn the lands, the spirit animals gathered together to talk. A fox said, "There are new animals around. They walk on 2 feet." The crane said, "A new bird." Dang it, my cord fell out. I have my controller constantly plugged into the PlayStation, so... because it's been having a little bit of trouble actually keeping it charged lately, so... there we go. Let me restart this. What a strange thing for the bird to say. A fox said, "There are new animals around. They walk on 2 feet." A crane said, "A new bird." The fox shook its head and said, "They have no wings." A monkey said, "I have seen them too. They are without fur and they cannot climb well." An owl said, "They fear the night and drive it away with fire." An otter said, "They build nests on the land, but they are not one with it." A deer said, "They are loud and do not know how to walk the woods." A bear said, "They are like cubs who do not know the way home." The fox cocked its head and said, "Yes, that is why we have to help them." Well, that's a rather more benevolent fox from a fable than I've seen in a while. Help them. The other animals looked stunned. Yes, the fox said. Their minds see eternity, and they are lost and afraid. They need something to hold on to, or they will harm themselves, the lands, and us, the fox said. What do you propose? Asked a hare. I propose a pact, said the fox. If one of them can talk to us, we offer him the bond with the land. The fox continued. If he accepts, he can take the shape of one of us, the one he has made the pact with. And he will be one with the land and still see beyond the veil. And he can guide his guard as people, and so we will all be at peace, said the fox. The other animals saw the wisdom in this and agreed to it. And so some humans can become one with the world. The chosen were called whisperers. So that is the origin of why Ox seems to be a member of a race of people who can turn into a you can turn into a bird. So that's what the fox says. Yes, he's rather more erudite than he's rather more erudite than every single depiction that I've ever seen. Oh, I have not activated the thing yet. I think I have to activate something first. This room is a bit tricky. I've forgotten how to do it. I think what I gotta do is get behind there. Oh, this thing was blocking it. I have to go down here first. If we go over here... There we are. Okay, this puzzle kind of annoys me. So I need to get the light over to there. Simple enough, it seems, but it's gonna be a bit harder than you think. I believe. Yeah. Let's try that. Oh, that was it immediately. Yeah, there's a couple that can obfuscate how that's supposed to go, but I ended up figuring that out really, really quickly. And I believe I can jump. Oh, nope, this is this way. It just goes right back here. The other way is if I fall down in that other room and then I have to find a way to get back up. So now I need to go back up. Oh, yeah, this way is if I fall down in the other room and I need to get back up, so... Don't need to go that way. But that now activates these two little puzzles right here. Let's power this up. And we need to find the light that matches the shape. And again, the sun and moon motifs. The Twilight one. And there we go. A bridge is created. But yeah, going back to that fable, that is like the most benevolent fox I've seen in one of those. Also rare to see one as like the leader figure among those. From what I've seen, like usually the fox is like the trickster type and the one who's like not exactly that nobody likes him, but it's like everybody else gives more respect to some other animal as opposed to the fox. I like that. We need more benevolent foxes. Whoa, hi there, I'm stuck on a thing. I am stuck on a thing. Does not want to let me go up that way. Let's try this way. Nope. Can't jump on the mushroom. Can't use the shroom. Is it over here? Yes. No. Maybe I do have to jump on the... Oh, the balcony. Yeah, there's a thing right here I totally missed. There we go. And we jump across. Oh, I didn't make it. Again, not fatal, just a time waster. Whoop, hello. My computer internet is fine. For some reason, my phone internet just decided it was gonna decide it was gonna blip off. There we go. I have switched to a different internet connection, so hopefully that works better. There we go. Not much to find over here, I think. Never mind. This is how I'm supposed to go. I thought I was supposed to jump over And around. Nope. Whee! Sliding down. Little water slide there, and then over to here. You can also check out some people. Seems as this door has been stuck for a very long time. Wonder if there even is anything on the other side. I don't remember if we actually get to see that or not. Hello, XH! And we get to turn this. Turn the bridge. Proceed onward. I think we're close to the end. Yep, there it is. Activate this thing. And since both the sun and moon are lit, as usual for this dungeon, we are opened into the ending. Here we go. Well, ending of the dungeon, at least. And this is what I mean about Eldritch. This is the god. A sentient cloak? This is the god, a sentient cloak with giant rock hands. What's this game about? You are taking a pilgrimage to seal away an entity known as the Void. This is after the Void has already managed to make the lands go kaput, and into a series of floating islands are that is all that's left. Come here, little bird. A very long time ago, your people addressed me as the Twilight Guardian. Sitting at the border of dusk and dawn, ensuring safe travel on the paths to the lands of dreams and back again. Even after the Great Divide, I was there, watching as your priestess Kara led her people to safe shores here in my temple. I approve of giant stone hand wings. A long time I have waited for this moment to come. I have grown weak but for the power I was lent, tethering me to your world. Listen carefully, little bird. Once again the Void has awakened with great hunger, this time to devour all that is left of our world. But there is still a chance to stop him. The priestess Kara hid 3 fragments of great power, 1 in each temple. You have to make the 3 fragments one again. I will give you the part I was given for safekeeping. Without it, I will fade into oblivion. It has been my link to this world since the time of the gods were lost to the minds of men. But we cannot wait. Please accept my fragment, and finish what was started so long ago. So, with the essence of God in a fragment, the god crumbles. The never-ending story. But yes, we now take our fragment, and we get treated to another vision. The Void creeps nearer. And that's the first temple completed. So it should just dump me right back out on at the exit. So that's 1 temple down, 2 more to go. If I remember correctly, there is a technical style for this, and I believe this would be a very light Gottdamerung. Yep, we're back out at Twilight Lake. So we're done with that, so yeah, if I just head off in this direction. Whoop, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. I will occasionally mix up the button for transformation and flapping. causes quite a bit more consternation than one might expect. Map, make sure I'm heading in the right way. Yep, it's right over here. Not gonna lie, the first thing I thought of when I read the shallow V was looking out of the void was, wait, the void is Kit. My first impression of it was literally like Hal from 2001: A Space Odyssey. I'm sorry, Ock, I can't let you do that. Let's go ahead and stop in with Aaron again, now that we've completed our first one. All those clouds, I wish I were one of them, sailing off and away, riding on the winds. I was thinking Cylons for some reason. I would go to the end of the world, to the north, to the east, the west, to find all the secrets of the ancients. There's even a city in the east, did you know that? The ruins of On. If I could, I would explore it all day. And how about John? What do you have to say?
Hey.
Hello, Ock. If you're looking for Medved, he is in the cave here in the village. Probably studying some tablet. What about a story? Maybe how I met Dana? No? One day I followed a honey-colored doe across an island in the east. The most beautiful doe I had ever seen. Suddenly I came up to a bird shrine. There she was, standing next to it. She smiled at me and my heart was heard. Dana, not the doe, dummy! It was the first time I visited the land of the gods. I was chosen to take care of its land. I swore she was to inherit the duties for Kara's shrine. The ruins of Arles is where Walmart does this crappy electronics. Pity that the shrine caved in. From what said, Dana said it might not be possible to rebuild it. I'll try at least. Anyhow, where are you off to now? Maybe the east is next in line for a visit? It's a bit wilder than the western islands. There are many ruins from the time of the ancients there. I think the most impressive place is Leafla's Grove, home to Leafla the spirit deer, the land of the gods. The grove grows a most remarkable giant tree. Like a storm cloud, that one. Leafla hasn't been seen in ages. The city saved the tree from the Great Divide. The ancients built some kind of altar near the tree. So far I haven't found out what it does. Might be worth to take a look. And once again, John has given us the key location. Unlike last time, however, Aaron has given us a neat place to look at. And I'll take a stop there before heading onwards.
Hey.
But first, welcome back again, Ock. I hope your travels are easy on you. Erin is over her head and ears with joy that a real bird shifter came to visit. To the point where I'm a bit worried that she will run off somewhere on one of her expeditions. Once in the north, we stopped for a short rest by the hot springs. She was gone in a heartbeat. We looked all over. The storm of the Howling Peaks was less intense back then, but it was still very cold. We found a cave nearby and went on in to see if she had gone in there. She has a certain affinity for hidden places. As it turned out, the spirit bearer of the north had recently moved in there. Aaron sat on his back, talking about everything between sun and moon. Should I be proud or worried? Well, I always ran away at her age, so who am I to judge? Ah, I'm getting all nostalgic here. Pilgrimage, let's see. So the next step is usually the archives, the temple in the east. The ancients built monuments and cities there, more so than the west and the north. John has been there frequently, I know. It said that signs of Great Divide were spotted in the east. Much of the ruins have been reclaimed by the land, but just continue to the eastern steps and it shouldn't be too hard to find. It's actually not at all. It's actually the biggest temple as far as I know. Oops, that's not what I wanted. And we're gonna head off this way. Whoops. This way. Yeah, that puts us on a better trek. Oh, and let's go through a cloud, because this is also cool. Cloud! I think you can moderately shape clouds. Oh, here's Leafless Grove. This, as a matter of fact, is the giant tree, but we'll stop by it later. I need to head all the way to the east. First of all, I wish I could turn into a bird. There's some people that would so get pooped on. Yeah, there's a bit of a power trip in that one. If I could turn into a bird, I probably would be doing the same thing. Here's the ruins of On. And there's an interesting little situation right here. Oh dear, I fell through the hole. I found the one spot in the donut that I would not be able to land on. Bring out the lantern again. There's nothing more we can do. The machine is an accident waiting to happen. We got too greedy. As a matter of fact, you can see a hell of a lot of people who seem to be thrown aside by the force of whatever that machine was. And then you have Billy Elliot over here, so who knows who's doing that. You know, it could be brilliant just to have all the classic AIs sit down at a round table and just converse. Kit, Hal, Cortana, Skynet, Mother, Project 2501, Holly. Maybe find a name. I support Cortana in all of those negotiations. And here's where the real fun of the Ruins of On begins. Dead people. People fighting! Yes, I said fun. Oh, and there's deer over here. Can't do too much with them, but they're here. Oh, somebody got a bite. Would ambient... Oh, yeah, from I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. I forgot about that one. Ooh, this dude got impaled. And here is the original area of the archives. It does have some scrolls for us to read. Part 1. To Goreon of the Storm Islands, from his son, Tazu. Father, it's with sorrow that I must tell you the loss of the Snow Crane Library. The palace guard of the city of On came in the night, carrying weapons and shouting the name of their king, Koroku. Well, that's a very short letter. There's our part 2 right over here. They destroyed and burned houses and scrolls alike, and would have burned us too had we not been able to escape. We watched from a safe distance, keeping close the few precious scrolls we had saved. A bit of a genocide happening here. We will journey to the monastery in the northwest, place the scrolls in its safety. I trust it is too far away for Koroku's wrath, and too poor to excite his greed. The spirit crane will lead us until the snow line, and then return home south with my letter to you. I hope he finds you well. So yeah, apparently, Ruins of On is a place that got fucked over by genocide. And nearly had a hell of a lot lost if it wasn't for the people of the library and the archives, transferring them all to a monastery to the north. Mayor, open the door! Are you just going to let these soldiers overrun your city? Stop cowering and come out! I do need to... Hello! There's the two-tailed fox! Also... Didn't say anything for me? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the fox speaking. He makes a rather cuter noise at some point, but he doesn't seem to want to do it. You're a lot more knowledgeable about your AIs than me. I don't recognize that. Yeah. The ones I'm most familiar with are HAL, Cortana, Skynet, and AM. There's a lot of that. Oh, quit your whining. I can't pet you, unfortunately. But yeah, like, otherwise I don't know probably 2/3 of those. Let's head over to the plaza here. One more little piece of information. Lanterns. The God King demands changes. Oh yeah. Koroku apparently is decrying the name of the gods as well, which is another reason for their fall. By royal decree, God King of... By royal decree of God King Koroku, King of Kings and God of Gods, all must bow to him, the only God. His and his alone are the lands of the East and the land of the gods. Bend the knee and be spared. Resist and see the last of your days. Such is the will of the God King Koroku, now and forever. Written in the 10th year of the Heron is great city of On. Tyrant takes the helm. Well, with that settled, most of it's just stuff like that. So now let's head off to north. Isn't Cortana the MS? Yes, but she's also the main AI from Halo. And we head off to the Eastern Steppes. And this is what I'm looking for. This massive structure right here. I always like portrayals of AI, probably because I'm socially awkward myself. One of my favorite things I ever wrote of all time, and undoubtedly the best dialogue I ever wrote, was between me and Carr from Knight Rider. Another reference. Unfortunately, I've never seen Knight Rider. I probably should. There's also another little bit over here. Couple people. Let go of me! These are holy grounds, not just another power source for the taking. Never played a single minute of Halo, but I still know who Cortana is. Cortana is arguably one of the most benevolent AI that I've seen. Like, in all of media. Now we have our next clue. Inside lies halls of knowledge and safekeeping, scrolls on the walls, and shafts stretching down into the deep. It was a place of great power. Together with Leafla of the Great Tree in the west, Kara sealed it in wait for the right time. So our next thing is to go to the Leafla. Whoops, I keep doing that. So I just want to go straight off this way. And I should eventually just kind of run into the Leafla area. Oh, but we do have this over here. Might as well open it up now. Him and Shodan would just argue about who hates humans more. We have the Creator's Shrine. A small area that's mostly comprised of just this, but will become very important in a little bit. Oh, if I just head directly south, Leafla's just right down here. There it is, as a matter of fact, there's the big huge tree. To Leafless Grove. Whee! There we go. Light the lantern again. And use. And it opens up these gate things. Kit and Carr from Knight Rider. Howl is 2001. Mother is Nostromo's AI from Alien. 2501 is the Puppet Master from Ghost in the Shell. Holly is the very silly computer from Red Dwarf. You all know. Xerxes and Shodan are from System Shock. Durandal, Leela, and Taicho are from Marathon, Bungie's big deal game before Halo. Yeah, I've watched limited Ghost in the Shell, but I haven't watched enough to actually see 2501. Red Dwarf I've never seen. System Shock, if I remember correctly, that's a game I've never played. And yeah, I've never seen any of Marathon either. I should check out at least some of those. Whoa, 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 whoa. Red Dwarf I hear is very good. So yes, I should see that one. And Ghost in the Shell. If I can find the original anime somewhere, I would should definitely try and watch that. Alright. Pillars of Light again, where the hell are you? There you are. There's one of them at least. Fly through it! One. Okay, the one bad thing about the flapping is I can sometimes run into these things. Whoa, okay. Gotten two of them. Three's hiding somewhere around here, and I don't remember. Oh, is it behind the cloud? I think it's behind the cloud over here. Yep, there you are. Three. I believe that opens the door. I think there's only 4. I think there's only 3, not 4. Red Dwarf is hilarious. I wholly recommend watching it if you need a mood boost. Well, is there one I'm missing? Nope, never mind. It's one of the most shamelessly funny things to ever exist. Alright, I will give it a look. Oh, 2 more to add to that now that I'm thinking of it. 2 more to add to the round table discussion of AI. Marvin and whatever the hell the name of the computer is from the Heart of Gold spaceship in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Eddie, that's what it is. Total pessimist and total optimist need to be at that round table. Just for the sheer absurdity of their reactions to everything. Because I'm just imagining, like, Marvin constantly decrying everything. It won't work. And then... Eddie just like... Seems good! The outcome is probably terrible, but I like it anyways! Also, we are now in the Heartwood. Which is the Leaf the Grove little key dungeon thing. Also, hello, deer trapped in rock. Is that you, Kara? No, that can't be right. Who are you? I need to get out. Out! I am weak. It's the rock. It's not of this world. The rift. Further down in the cavern. Close it. Rift, you say? Oh god, I hate this one. It's not difficult, it's just annoying. Unfortunately, a fair amount can fall into that category, so, Gotta wait for this to come by, and... Your movement is a lot slower than you think, so you have to count ahead for all of these. And hit. There we go. This may take me a time or two, just simply on the basis of it being annoying as hell. Yep, I'm not catching you. Let's try the next one. And the hit. No! Okay, there we go. Okay. I don't think I can jump all the way onto the thing in one go, so I have to wait for this one. Go! You! Barely. Hey, got it. And that apparently closed the rift. Let us now talk to Deer Boy again. Whoop, hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. Well, I thought that was going to be somebody important, but no. Alright. Let's go talk to Deer. Grab a rifle. Time to hunt spirit deer. You did it! I feel much better already. Thank you. I was beginning to fear a fate where I would fade away. Koroku's men took hold of my home. They wanted the magic of this place. I fought for so long, but I am just one and they were so many. At least I kept the most important secret. It's the one you're looking for too, isn't it?
I have what you need. Here, take this key. It was my task to protect it, and so I have. Thanks again, young one. I'll leave the rest to you now. So he bestows on us the key to the next area. And now that I've gotten the key, now you can go ahead and hunt him. Alrighty. So we have Fox and Deer as our primary... Hello, Mr. Fox, you're here again. Ah, my friend, what leads a bird to visit the east, and to visit Leaflaw on top of that? Are you jealous? Oh, so she held the key all this time. Use it where it belongs. Further east and a dash north. Close to my home, to be true. Go back to your own game, Tails. But answer me this. How come temples lead downwards when people look up to the sky for answers? It has eluded me for centuries, but that's fine. Humans are special creatures, to say the least. Unfortunately, we don't get to ever actually see the fox fly, although that would be hilarious. Of course, it'd probably be for the fox thing here, like a Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story thing. Not flying, I'm falling with style. Helicopter butt is the only way to travel. Alright. Whoop, hit the tree. And this is the way. Yes. So now we're gonna head back up to that giant spoked thing. Past the massive pillar that we will visit later. And off to unlock our next thing in the Eastern Steppes. Yee. And here we are. Key allows them to turn. And brings a fucking massive tower out of hiding. And now, our doorway is a portal into temple.